take it off their lip to the locomotion stand. I'll be grabbing the rail, leaving spit for a trail to the locomotion stand. Many know the style of the ocean. People surf on the wave and its rhythms. Many know the style of the ocean, but only surfers are the locals in motion. Surf to the locomotion style. To the locomotion.
Good morning, Marilyn. How you doing? Good. Well, I might just check the volume. Is the volume okay? Not too loud? Not too soft? Just right. All right. Marilyn, where are you from? Denver. I grew up in Colorado myself, just up the road in Greeley. A lot like Colorado here, huh? Dave over there. Good morning, Dave. How you doing? Now we're planning a ski trip back to Colorado next March. And I'm hoping the snow is a little bit better than what I heard it was this year. It wasn't all that great this year, huh? Maybe next year. We're saving it all up. Yeah, it looks like they're getting ears on in the back. Let's see, Michael and Jackie. How you doing? And where are you two from? Idaho. Where those potatoes come from, huh? Robert and Nancy right behind me. Good morning. Where are you from? One more time. Floyd, Iowa. Well, I want to welcome everybody on board. My name is Rich. Yeah, before we get started, just a few quick things about the helicopter air conditioning. I usually keep it in the frostbite mode, and if it gets too cold, here's how our air vents work. You can close them or open them. What I recommend is just rotate the air around, move it somewhere else. If you get too cold, just point it right at me. I never get enough cold air. Another item I like to point out you guys aren't going to need, I call it the souvenir bag. It looks like this. Yeah, you won't need them, but in the back they're right behind the seats. One more item, some of the time we're going to be flying over the water and hopefully looking for humpback whales. If we had to, we could land on the water. We have floats, but if we pop the floats, we would also have to pop the doors to get out. There's a little orange knob down here, one right there. It's called a door jettison. You just pull that up and the door comes off. Life vests, we would put them on, but we wouldn't inflate them until after getting in the water. Yeah, other than that, we're almost set. Once we do depart, I'm going to be busy with the tower for just a minute or two. We have some great weather to fly, and we should be airborne here in about 20 seconds. Okay, tower's just giving us the green light. There's our thumbs up. Coming up. Yeah, we start out by flying over one of my favorite beaches, the beautiful white sand beach here called Kanaha. Yeah, with no wind, very calm ocean. We'll do a little helicopter snorkeling over the reef. Last time out here we saw a couple Monterey just offshore, and there's a whole slew of sea turtles. Monterey look like black bat wings. And the sea turtles look like bottle caps. There's a sea turtle on the left. Oop, I see a shark down below on the right. It was straight under us. Yeah, we passed over the top of. Look at all the sea turtles. Yeah, the big city. Not all that big. There are about 6 little cities all growing together. There's Kahului, Wailuku, Wailuku Heights, Waikapu, Waihu, and Waihe'e. Yeah, a bunch of little towns all growing together. That looks a lot like Denver, huh? Right up against the foothills. I used to live over here in the big city. We used to live right in the middle of these coconut trees. Fun place to live. All the coconuts we could eat here in Waihu. Those are macadamia nut trees, a little higher. Yeah, the tower's just about to let us go. We're almost clear of their airspace. Okay, we are clear of their airspace now. How's everybody doing? Okay. All right, the back. All right. Yeah, we got such a nice day to fly today. There's no wind or very little wind. So it's more like floating than flying today. Very smooth. Yeah, we have the road. The rental car companies tell you not to drive. That one right there. If you look close, you can see the rental cars making the corners. It's a pretty drive here around the back. And helicopter hiking next. We're going to go hiking into the valley that is actually my favorite hiking valley on the ground. Park your car right at the end of Waihe'e Valley Road. Trail begins where the road ends. The trail follows the stream. There's a little swimming hole at the end of the hiking trail. Swinging bridges on the way to the pool. A horseback tour right there. Yeah, it means slippery water. If you look close, you'll start picking out waterfalls. Yeah, we call it the keyhole. Like flying through a keyhole, there's an 1,800-foot water slide here in the very back. Now you can see how green it is. 400 inches of rain a year. It's the second wettest place in the world. Trying to get a little bit of sprinkles right now. The only place wetter is actually the island of Kauai. They get 600 inches of rain a year. Yeah, our trade winds only blow from one direction. Well, today they're not blowing. Today we call it Kona weather. But the trade winds blow 90% of the time. They blow out of the northeast. It makes the upwind side of the island, the northeast side, green and lush. They build all the hotels on the other side of the island. Yeah, we'll see the hotels in a little bit. Another island over there, the island of Molokai. Actually filmed the last Jurassic Park movie right over there, Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic Park 1, well, we're going to drop in to that in just a minute. There's a valley called Kahakaloa. Yeah, the original movie, 1992, the whole movie would have been filmed on Kauai, but the largest hurricane to ever hit Hawaii, Hurricane Iniki, passed right over Kauai, right in the middle of filming the original Jurassic Park. Kauai was leveled, they ended up moving to Maui, and they moved to this valley right here. That big Tyrannosaurus, the one that always gets away, now he still lives back here. We're gonna look for him. We also have one of the world's highest waterfalls. Almost 3,000 feet high. It's actually a double waterfall, 2,000 feet at the top, 1,200 feet at the bottom. And if anybody wants to water slide, look how Jurassic Park, there's another company helicopter. Yeah, back here it just doesn't look real. 400 inches of rain a year. Well, again, the mountains act like a windbreak. The wind blows from the same direction. So around the corner, we'll start picking out the hotels. Very thick forest up here we call cloud forest. Usually big rain clouds sitting up here. And the hotels, we have the golf resort at Kapalua. There's Napili, Kahana, Honokauai, Kanapali coming up, lying just around the corner. This music we're listening to actually comes from a show they do over here in Lahaina called Ula Lena. If you get the chance, don't miss it. I've seen it 3 times. I love their music. That's what we're listening to right now. How'd you like to live up here? Look at the view. Just about need a helicopter though to get to work. And you see the driveway going right down this ridge line. That's actually a cabin owned by the state. Those are Norfolk Island pine trees. A beautiful pine tree that comes from a little island off Australia called Norfolk Island. Tall symmetrical pine trees. Yeah, I'll drop our altitude. We're going to head offshore, hopefully look for humpback whales. Take a look at those big cruise ships just offshore line. These are actually coffee trees at the right door, the Kaanapali Coffee Company. It used to be sugar cane down below. Well, they closed the sugar mill here in Lahaina 2 years ago. It's too expensive to produce sugar here in Hawaii anymore. Pineapple, they planted some pineapple here where the sugar used to be. Now we landed pine. Golden pineapple native to Brazil. The island of Lanai, straight ahead. Bill Gates, Mr. Microsoft, got married over on Lanai a few years ago. Rented the entire island. Now, the whole island was off limits for a couple of weeks. Now we come out on, well, we actually come up on Kaanapali. Swimming pools, big hotels. You might see a rooftop helipad. We land on top of the Hyatt right there. Humpback whales, all we need is a little splash or a spout. The ocean's a lake here this morning.
I'll be grabbing the rail, leaving spit for a trail to the
little town of Lahaina. Lahaina actually translates into merciless sun. It's just too hot over here in Lahaina. Don't you feel sorry for the people that have to live here? The street is called Front Street that fronts the ocean. Some of the best restaurants, shopping, nightlife. This is one of those little towns that, well, sometimes it doesn't sleep. Other times I've heard that they roll the sidewalks up real early over here. We have the big cruise ships off the harbor today. We've seen a lot of cruise ships this year, and it seems like we're seeing more and more. Cities on the sea, big floating hotels. And a good day to learn to surf, or go surfing. You can see the surfers right off the harbor here. Yeah, surfing instructors will teach you how. Here in Lahaina. Well, we're at the end of whale season, and the first time around we didn't see any whales at all, so yeah, the whales are starting to head back for Alaska. It kind of makes you wonder, why would they leave this? There's nothing for them to eat here in Hawaii. The adult whales are pretty hungry right now, and that's why they're going back. The feeding grounds are up there. There's the Atlantis submarine, right below us on the right, taking on passengers. They go underwater about 100, 150 feet. It's like watching underwater TV. Everybody has a huge porthole. Spectacular submarine tour. Hanipoko Park, another great place to surf. Yeah, perfect conditions for whale watch. All we need is a whale to cooperate. Some of the other islands, that's the island of Kaho'olawe Island. The military dropped bombs out for over 50 years. Right after the Pearl Harbor attack on Oahu, the military needed someplace to practice dropping bombs themselves, and now that became the bombing range. They stopped bombing back in 1990. The bomb cleanup crews started flying out there by helicopter every day, and they're out there. Well, let's see, they're not out there today on a Saturday, but the detonation crews, they usually go out on weekends. They go out, explode anything the cleanup crew found during the week. Little Horseshoe Crater Molokini out there, great snorkeling, scuba diving trip. Natural aquarium. Sometimes we can see the big island of Hawaii right over Molokini. Another great helicopter tour if you get the chance to get over there. Blue Hawaiian, we fly in Hilo and Waikoloa. We fly right over the eruption of Kilauea every hour. It's been erupting nonstop for 19 years. And one day maybe Haleakala will wake up. That's our sleeping volcano right there, 1 million years old. Our last eruption's about 200 years ago. We're just waiting for the next eruption there. As we make our turn, look down below to the snorkel cruises here at the Olawala Reef. Turquoise maze. Some of the bluest blue. Look for sea turtles on this end of the reef too. Well, we're going to go back to helicopter hiking. And we're actually coming into the Grand Canyon now. We're on the Arizona side of the island. See how it looks a little different? Those are actually mesquite trees. They come from Mexico, and if you look really close, you'll see the cactus in the bottom of the gulch. Big prickly pear cactus trees fill the bottom of the Ucumahami. Yeah, Haleakala on the other side, 1 million years old. West Maui here is 2 million years old. Hasn't erupted for a very long time. The mountain used to be 13,000 feet high. Well, yeah, with all the rain that comes in here, the mountains erode down. We're 6,000 feet at the top after 2 million years, and you can see how the big valleys, they all start eroding towards the middle of the mountain. They all meet each other in the back. Another company helicopter way up there. Here you can see the light-colored kukui nut tree. Looks like cauliflower. That's our state tree. Those are kukui nut trees from Tahiti. Candle oil comes from the oily kukui nut. Yeah, the Polynesians also used them for laxatives. Now do not mix these in with the beer nuts. Hawaii's state tree. Waterfalls oozing out of the walls. About halfway up the mountain, yeah, the island just turns green. We go from 15 inches of rain down low to over 400 inches of rain on the summit. This is the Olawala Valley, Lanipoka Valley way out to the left, and we're coming over the next Razorback Ridge into the Iao Valley. Yeah, see how green it is again. The trade winds funnel the rain right through the valley. Usually there's a big wind tunnel coming right up through this valley too. Today there's no wind. We call this Kono weather. When the winds, somebody turned the fan off. This is the only valley on Maui you could drive into. You can see the parking lot down here. When you're down in that parking lot and you're looking at that Razorback Ridge, it looks like a needle. We call it the Iao Needle. 1,500-foot spire out the left door. Beautiful drive up here too if you haven't been up here yet. Iao Valley State Park. Prettiest place for picnic lunch on the island too, right down here next to the river. It's all Norfolk Island pine trees. There are picnic tables. Pick up lunch anywhere in town and bring it up here. Yeah, we come right back into the big city, which is actually about 6 little cities all growing together. Capital of the county of Maui, Wailuku. Wailuku Heights over here on the right, all the doctors, dentists, and lawyers, they have the big houses up here. Down at Waikapu is over there. We have the towns of Wai'ehu and Waihe'e over on the other side. Next to the macadamia nut trees on our left. Yeah, as we get close to the heliport, I like to come in with actually an old Wizard of Oz tune by one of the kind of legendary Hawaiian artists. They call him Brada Israel Kamaki Iwahole. Well, you guys are having a good time here on Maui, huh? And this place terrific. We've had a saying that goes back forever, Maui no Kauai. Maui is the best. As we get close, I'm going to be busy with the tower again. I want to say mahalo. Thank you for flying with us. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, if you get a chance, do me a favor. Recommend us. Blue Hawaiian Helicopters. My name is Rich. You guys have a great day today. Check your seatbelt, just make sure it's still fastened before we land.
Like lemon drops high above the chimney top, that's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dream that you dare to.
Yeah, there's Nolan. He's coming right out to open doors.
Me and you and
Okay, guys. You're very welcome. Mahalo. Thank you.
I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above.
Island Opera Mills there, that's Lanai. Up until 1992, Lanai was a Dole pineapple island. 92, Dole pulled out of there, and now just about all the pineapples grown over here on Maui and on Oahu. Still the second largest agricultural industry throughout the island, so it seems like every time we turn around, there's more and more pineapple fields popping up over here on Maui, kind of making up the difference. It takes about 2 years from the time they plant the pineapple to harvest time, and they can get 3 harvests off of 1 pineapple plant. Also at harvest time, all the pineapple has to be hand-picked because of the different sizes that it grows in. So once they've pulled the pineapple off the planter for the last time, the 3rd harvest, they take the top of the plant and stick that back in the ground, and she takes off and starts growing again. Now, way off in the distance out past Maui. Can't see her today from here, but 30 miles across the Alii-Nui-Haha Channel is the Big Island of Hawaii. Big Island is correct. She's 98 miles long, 85 miles wide at her widest. 4,038 square miles of land makes her twice as big as all the other islands out here. And the chain of islands combined. We do have some big old mountains over there, Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa and Hualalai, and the world's most active volcano, Kilauea. Been pumping out lava now continuously for the last 19 years, and well, if you're thinking about maybe making a trip sometime over to the Big Island, you're going to go take a look at the Kilauea volcano. Blue Hawaiian helicopters, we do have an operation over there in Hilo and one in Waikilo on the Kohala Coast side of the Big Island. I'd be more than happy to take you on a flight around the Kilauea volcano. Interested in maybe doing something like that, you can check with the girls at the office, get back from this flight, and they can help take care of the arrangements for you right here on Maui if you'd like. And well, if you ever do get a chance to go see that volcano, I highly recommend it. Done a lot of flying over there in all the years that I've been here, and it's pretty incredible watching Mother Nature work with that volcano. But especially if you get the surface flows happening, lava flowing off from the ocean, steam plumes coming up off the water, skylights everywhere. We also call them glow holes, and that's where the lava is opened up on the surface. And you can look straight down into the lava tube there and see the river of magma flowing through at about 35 miles an hour. Pretty awesome sight. Kapalua over the left side where we left Maui. Then we had Napili, Kahana, Honokauai. And then off the right side, Kanapali. The senior PGA plays golf here at Kanapali every year, and there is one resort hotel sitting out here on kind of an outcropping of lava rock, which is the Black Rock Sheraton Hotel. Very first resort hotel built out here anywhere in this whole West Maui side. Built in 1963 and used to be owned by the Rockefeller family. Now doing Kanapali and Lahaina coming up over here. This is all kind of like the playground area of the island on this side. You know, a lot of the water activities happen out here. They do have the Atlantis submarine and dinner cruises. Daily trips over to the island of Lanai, and there's whale watch trips in and out here all day long during the whale season. And when it's not whale season, well, there's jet skis and parasailers going off out here everywhere. Everything kind of happens on this side because the water stays pretty flat and calm just about all the time. The whole area is protected real well from the trade winds by the mountains. So it's real conducive to water activities and water sports. Lahaina eventually became the first capital of Hawaii, and this is where King Kamehameha the Great decided to settle into and live after attacking and conquering the island of Maui in 1790. King Kamehameha, though he didn't stop here with Maui, he did continue on his reign over conquering the island of Lanai and Molokai. And then in 1795 was the great battle of Nu'uanu and Oahu to take over that island. The last island out there, Kauai, stands today as the only island ever conquered by King Kamehameha. He did try twice unsuccessfully to go over at war with King Kaumo'oli'i, once in 1798 and again in 1804. And both times King Kamehameha almost lost his whole army in the Kauai Channel between the two islands. Eventually, though, about 6 years later in 1810, King Kaumo'oli'i sent a messenger to Honolulu, got a hold of King Kamehameha and said, "Hey, don't even bother coming over. We surrender. You can have the island." So they got together and ended up signing a peaceful treaty agreement. And finally all the islands fell under one unification and rule of King Kamehameha the Great. It was later on in 1845 that the capital was finally moved from Lahaina to Honolulu, and that's where she's been ever since. Now from the early 1800s to the early 1900s, Lahaina out here was a whaling capital of the Pacific, which is kind of ironic because there were no whales here. The humpback whales that do come here now didn't start migrating into the Hawaiian waters until the 1940s. All the whaling used to be done up in the northern, colder Pacific waters, and they would come on down here to Lahaina to reprovision their ships in R&R. So at any given time, you can look at her off Lahaina and find over 100 whaling ships all anchored out here. By 1825, whaling had taken over as the major income and #1 industry in Lahaina from sandalwood. Back in 1823 is when the first missionaries were arriving here from New England, and well, the missionaries and the whaling crews didn't exactly see eye to eye on things. Lahaina was a pretty rowdy place for about 100 years. In 1962, Lahaina was declared a National Historical Landmark. A lot of historical sites to see, walks you can take through town, about 30 restaurants out here in the area also, so kind of a fun place to come check out if you get a chance to while you're here, old historic Lahaina town. Maniopoko Valley. We're going to go over to Ukumahami. Ukumahami Valley here. This one was a burial ground for the ancient Hawaiians. The Bakainana, or commoners, are buried pretty much like you and I, but the Ali'i, the chiefs and royalty, be buried a little bit differently. They take those guys up here to the top of the cliff, wrap them in swathing cloths, they tie ropes around them, and then lower them down the face of the cliff along with one of the Bakainana until they found a suitable burial cave. At which time they place the body into the burial cave, get it all set up, and then they step back and tell him up top, everything's good, it's all ready to go, and they cut the ropes on him and he'd fall to his death. A heck of a job, you know. Now, it was an honor to be selected to bury an Ali'i this way, and the reason they did is that the Ali'i was kapu, forbidden. The body was very sacred, never to be disturbed once it's laid to rest, so when the Maka'inana fell to his death, he took with him the secret as to where the burial cave was so it would never be discovered. And yet the burial caves have been found on each one of the Hawaiian Islands. Pali Highway they're coming along over. Pali's the ancient Polynesian word. It means the cliffs. But it's the highway along the cliffs. The highway drive on nowadays is open up in the middle 50s. And before that, use the old highway. Kind of runs above the one we drive on now. You can see the one down there if you look. And that opened up in 1906. That's when the very first vehicle made a trip from Kalia to Lahaina Road. And it was an old pickup truck. Took him 6 hours to make that journey, and that wasn't exactly because of traffic back then. There were 115 hairpin turns in that old road. McGregor Point Upper Nose, named after a ship's captain. We got Ma'alaya Boat Harbor down here, real busy boat harbor. It's also where the Maui Ocean Center is. That's our marine aquarium, been in operation now 4 years. Pretty neat place. Coming in over the Central Maui Valley, and the Central Valley was all created when Mauna Kea behind us and Naliakala in front of us were both active volcanoes up and down lava everywhere. It all joined in the middle and created one island. Central Valley is why Maui is known as the Valley Isle. Now the green stuff through the Central Valley everywhere, looking like corn from up here in the air sometimes. This is all sugar cane, largest sugar plantation in the state of Hawaii. Over 40,000 acres spread out there of sugar cane all over by C&H Sugar. Now a little trivia about sugar cane. Take back with you if you'd like, because it does take right at 3 feet of one sugar cane stalk to make a cube of sugar. And also, it's a real good thing. There's no problem with water really anywhere throughout the islands for the fact that it does require 1 ton of water just to produce 1 pound of raw sugar. And, well, the airport's out here just off our left front now, so we're heading into land now and pretty much concluded our tour today over the islands. I hope you all enjoyed your flight with me over the beautiful islands of Maui and Molokai. Pleasure having everybody on board. On behalf of Blue Hawaiian Helicopters, myself, Pat, all of us that work here at Blue Hawaiian, thank you much for flying with us today, and hope you have a real pleasant rest of the day and evening here. You get back to your hotel there, back home, find yourself talking with family and friends and stuff about helicopters and your tour out here today. I appreciate that you do me a favor and recommend us by name, Blue Hawaiian Helicopters. Get a chance to get on out here to Maui or the Big Island, love to take them on a flight. And one last favor for me, we land over here, please just remain seated in the helicopter, seatbelt fastened to after we're on the ground. Our loaders are going to come up, open the doors, and help everybody out of the aircraft here. And once you're out, you always want to wait out front here by the nose of a helicopter, you know, until you're escorted in the building there. You never want to go to the back of one of these things. There's a tail rotor back there in the back. It just kind of ruined your day. You go hike around that thing there. And well, we put out all kinds of information here, a little hard to grasp, but all sometimes while you're out here flying. So if you'd like to, when you get in our office there, you can check with the girls back in the video. This flight has all the music and narration and everything on it. Go home, plug it in, catch up all that stuff you might have missed out here. And also inside our office, there is a guest book in there if you'd like to sign in on that. Please feel free to make any comments in that you wish. And well, if you really enjoyed your flight out here with me today, my name's Pat. And well, then again, if you didn't care so much for it, then I'm Bob. Well, we just received our final landing clearance here from Maui Control Tower. Going to be to ground in just a moment. Once again, everybody, mahalo nui loa for flying with us here today at Blue Hawaiian Helicopters. Ahui ho and aloha.
Over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dream that you did to, oh why can't I? Well, I see trees of green and red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. The dream that you dare to, why, oh why can't I?